Thambi Vanakkamm. Siddiqui Saab, Subhashi, Meghnaji, my friends, the faculty, students, tomorrow's moving image makers. Namaste, Vanakkam, Nandri, Shukriya. Thank you. I thank Hariji for introducing me, sometimes me to me. The only chagrin is he need not have mentioned about my birthday. I'm doing my best. This is the best acting I have done so far to look 50 or 45 or whatever I imagine I am. But anyway, the reason why we put on this act is, since it's a keynote address, let me go to the key of my survival. Writers do not write roles for older people. They always write for younger people, so we all try to look young. That's a key. And but times are changing. I mean, Amiji is a great example. So I know at least I have another 15 years ahead. And I'm very nervous. I'm very comfortable with question answers, where I'm asked questions and I get angry or happy and I answer. These keynote addresses, speaking from the podium, pontification, is something that I'm not good at. I might meander, but then you asked for it. So here I go. I'm, as Siddiqui Saab said, there's nothing much to say when the best of your mentors have spoken here. As Subhaji rightly said, please, for whatever you believe in, heaven, earth, or whatever, for that sake, do not believe that you have completed education of cinema. That would be your undoing. And fortunately, not going to school has permanently kept me in a state of apprehension and trepidation that I have to learn more. A little degree and that square hat on my head would have ruined me or spoiled me. And now I have the opportunity of learning. Whenever I'm introduced as a high school dropout, it pleases me because there are so many teachers who come up to, doesn't matter, I'll teach you a few tricks. So I learn. So being introduced as a high school dropout is much more worthy than that square hat. Not that I'm looking down or demeaning it just when you're going to receive it. But please remove that hat after you receive that honor and do not rest on it. Let it rest. I'm not being poetic here. I'm being very practical because the tools that you've learned your trade on are going to change. That fantastic 11.1 or 13.1 that you have in your college, which is enviable, because when I first saw it, I wanted it for myself, my film. And it happened thanks to Van Balen, my friend, and thanks to my naivety and the ignorance of my distributors. I said, with this, the film will collect, and they believed it. Unfortunately, it did also. But even if it hadn't, I would have brought the technology in, and that's what mattered to me. Because the tools are secondary. It's you who uses it, that's going to make it, and you can always sharpen it, make a better tool. So within 6 months, the same Van Balen is going to bring in something that will be installed in your institute hopefully, and you'll have to come back, go back to school to know what's new. That's what I do. That's what when Hari Saab said I'm excited every day. I'm one of the very few actors you'll find in NAB, or for that matter, I come to a Writers Association meeting, a screenplay workshop. I try to run one. It's not because I want to teach people, because I want to keep abreast of what's happening. It's a very selfish, it's nothing philanthropic about it. And the reason I came here is because I can see what are the new films you're making. I want to know what my competition is going to be tomorrow. And believe me, I have an injured leg, so making it shake is not good. And you've done it. So I'm looking forward to competing with you. It doesn't matter if either of us fail, cinema will win. I remember when my late friend Balu Mahendra, I'm very angry with him for making very less number of films. He's not here to defend himself, so I can really show my anger. I always tell him that he's not that he's lazy, he simply doesn't agree with the pontification that's laid out to him. He doesn't want to do. And that's exactly what I don't. There were a group of people, even Mr. Hariharan here, the fact that he went into teaching, because he was so angry with the existing industry. It didn't allow him to make films. Well, you should be thankful that he became angry and didn't succumb. And let me tell you a parallel of Subhashji and myself. I wanted to be only a director and never thought much about actors. I mean, I know Subhashji is one too, but still. I never thought much of actors. I thought they were tools to a purpose which is more superior. The making of a movie was more important. And I thought then, in my ignorance, that only the director was capable of that. Later, as you learn, I realized this is the most democratic art process. And there's the auteur theory and all, salam to it, but I would still think that it is a democratic process. Somebody fails you, the film will fail. It will be almost a great film, but for the bad cinematography, but for the bad acting, but for the bad makeup, or something or the other will crop up and make it a lesser movie. And I've had that happen to me. When I thought I had a fantastic movie, and they would say that, I wish you had better actors and a better cinematographer. So films have failed. In spite of the mighty me, it failed. So I have been humbled so many times into understanding that this truly is a democratic art, and probably the biggest assimilator of all arts. It's very versatile. And it's going to be people are going to stop calling it cinema. It's going to become something else. And you'll know our age when we still call it film, cinema. It's going to be just moving images, and it's going to go places. And I'd love to be left behind, leaning on my easy chair and see you gray old guys trying to make films. I hope medicine and cinema makes me live that long.